Hello everyone, I'm your host, Boss Zombie. Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online. So this is something I wanted to do a little while ago, and kind of the stars and planets have aligned because of the settings on PTS right now. But I wanted to do the full quests for Miri and Bastion. I did their intro quests when I played Blackwood, but I didn't do their actual full line because you had to increase rapport, and that was a whole thing. And I didn't have the foresight to do what I did with Isabel and Ember, which was play on the PTS when you have access to all the boosting items. So I can do them now. So this is right after, essentially, as far as progress goes, this would be right after getting Miri and getting Bastion when I do him. But I just wanted to do this. Also, I wanted to kind of see how things run now that all my computer setup is much better. It's honestly not bad. I'm surprised. I'm recording and everything. I will have to see when I hit spikes, but right now I'm floating around 30%, which I got 25% memory, 30% CPU. That's not bad, honestly. I didn't think this computer would be that strong. Of course, the limitation is graphics on this bad boy, but that's fine. Alright, Miri.
I got a letter from my father about my mother, Iraniel. She's gone missing. She has a habit of running off on an adventure at the drop of a hat and being gone for weeks at a time, but Dad says she's been out of touch for a while now. He's worried.
Your mother is an adventurer.
It runs in the family. Well, Mom's side. Dad's a halalu trader she partnered with for years before settling down. Mostly settling down. She'd acquire all sorts of rare items for their clients, but my father said they haven't had any commissions.
Any idea where she may have gone?
Mom neglected to mention it, I'm sure, but my father mentioned getting an angry letter from one of their old clients at the Stormhold Mages Guild, claiming she reneged on their arrangement after taking payment. Would you mind if we pay them a visit?
Sure.
Dad's letter said that the one raising a stink was an old client of theirs named Myrtolivian, a member of the Stormhold Mages Guild. Let's get to Shadowfen and see just what sort of trouble Mom got herself into this time.
I take it this isn't the first time you've had to go chasing after her.
It's that obvious, eh? When Mom's in one of her flighty moods, it usually sorts itself out, but sometimes she gets so wrapped up in something it becomes an obsession. Someone has to talk some sense into her, and that someone is usually me.
Why you?
I got my mom's knack for adventure and my dad's level-headedness. So I'm the only one who's both crazy enough to go after her and sane enough to talk some sense into her. I also happen to be their eldest child, so it's my filial duty to the house.
Do you have a lot of family obligations?
Not so much. Our family is of little consequence, so we're free to be a bunch of impetuous miscreants chasing our own whims. If I'd been born to one of the great houses, I'd either be a pawn in their schemes or a disappointment, like Father.
Your father's a disappointment?
He's a seventh son of a seventh son in House Halalu, so he wasn't going to amount to anything without climbing over his siblings. Dad's too sweet for that, so we wound up marrying into our little house for something as unprofitable as love.
Oh, have you ever been to Stormhold?
We lived there for a good few years when I was young. It was awkward at times. Argonians don't trust dark elves, for good reason. I like to think my parents showed them different, but not everyone warmed up to us.
Hardly surprising that Argonians are wary of dark elves.
I know. It just ashes my hide that a few rotten fetchers ruined it for the rest of us. But that's not quite the truth. It's easy to blame it all on House Drez and the Telvanni, but they weren't the only ones keeping slaves before the Pact.
Did your family?
No. My mom and dad never approved of it. I even had a cousin who was forced into servitude, and they helped my uncle free him at great risk to themselves. But our ancestors, I don't know.
That burden's on them, it's not yours.
Yeah, I suppose. I just feel foolish for taking our innocence for granted. If my ancestors weren't guiltless, I'll just have to be better than them. That's all there is to it. I can start by getting my mother to act more responsibly.
I take it this isn't the first time you've... Oh, wait. Oops.
Dad's letters. It's that obvious. We lived there. Yeah, it's that obvious,
Okay,
eh?
so there's all the same. So we need to go to... Oh, Soul-Shriven in Cold Harbor. Right, PTS character.
The guild requests your help.
I'm not doing that either. Alright, we need to go to Shadowfen. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. I think that this game tends to peak most when you travel somewhere. So let's see how that goes. It's not changing. If anything... Oh, wait, there's a moment. There's a moment. There we go. Yeah, I remember this. Still, it went up to 70%. That's not bad for a spike. I'll take it. Oh, also, I found out in this...
They say the hist weeps with happiness when an Argonian hatches. How can a tree weep?
I don't know, guy.
What nonsense.
Yeah, I found out...
knows the hist isn't a tree.
Oh.
Wait, the hist aren't trees?
Argonian dung.
I shouldn't stand. I'm getting too distracted. I found out that apparently now... I don't know when it became a thing, but
Think the gods
Twitch
would have found
drops
something by now.
are a global account thing, not just limited to one console. So because I have my account linked there, I turned on the PTS and I had a bunch of stuff I've unlocked from Twitch, including like 16 Ouroboros crates, and I
Comrade, a word.
got where does it keep? Okay, there it is. The Cinch of Scarlet. I have this on console. I was amazed to get it there, and doubly amazed to get it on the computer, or the PTS, whichever. Although I think this is only unlocked on my PTS server, not my main one, so it'll be gone whenever the PTS resets. Where is the person we're looking for?
That high elf matches Mertalivian's
Over here,
description.
Initiate.
Ask him if he's seen Iraniel Alendis. I should probably hang back.
Mertulivan.
Do I know you? I don't believe I do.
Did you meet with Iraniel Alendis recently?
I don't see how that's any of your affair. But if you must know, I did cross paths with that unscrupulous dark elf, and I'm worse for it. What's your interest in Irene? I suppose she cheated you as well.
She cheated you?
She came to me seeking information, and given our long-standing association, I entrusted her with it on the assurance that she would do me a simple favor in return. Instead, she ran off and played me for a fool. No one makes a fool of me.
I really need to find her.
And I really need the antique inkpot she promised to procure. I'll tell you what I told Irene, but only after my inkpot is returned to me and not a moment sooner. I'll not have my good faith taken advantage of again.
Wait, but if you gave it to her, how do I find... What?
My inkwell is currently in the possession of a banker here, the result of an ill-advised card game. They seem to enjoy lauding their victory over me, so they refuse to part with it at any price. I want it returned. I don't care how.
Why is this inkwell worth so much trouble to you?
It's one of a kind. The first work of the current sapiarch of shape and form when they were still a student. Irreplaceable. I never thought an Argonian would beat me at the cards, but the banker has more of a head for numbers than I expected.
If it was so important to you, why did you wager it?
I didn't. I just got so thoroughly thrashed at the table that I needed to offer collateral. Underroot must have known what a singular treasure it is. Now that she has it in her greedy claws, she'll never let it go. Willingly, anyway.
I don't suppose I can just talk to her. Oh, well, speaking of talking.
I caught the gist of that. That Sweat actually wanted my mom to rob a bank. I'm glad she had enough sense not to go through with it. Unless the reason we haven't heard from her is because she's in jail. No, she wouldn't.
You don't sound so sure.
I mean, adventuring can be dirty business. My family is nothing but a bunch of no-good tomb robbers, depending on who you ask. But there's a big difference between digging through old ruins for treasure and outright stealing.
I think Miri and Bastion's quests are shorter than Isabel and Ember's. I think they're only like 2 quests long instead of 3. Do you think do you think she might really be in jail?
No. If that were the case, she'd have written my father to pay her bounty. And while he should let her sit and learn her lesson, he's too much of a softie. She probably ran off like Mert said. So now it's us who have to get our hands dirty.
Maybe not. We'll figure something out.
Let's hope so. But if we do wind up breaking the law, I could have a worse partner in crime. You're a good friend.
Let's go pay the bank a
I
visit.
can't believe I have to steal from a bank for my own fetching mother. This is why no one takes our house seriously.
This is so weird. Because I'm playing on the PTS, but I'm not playing any of the current content. I'm not doing any of the Fire Song stuff. I'm just in a base game town. And there is no players here. There are no players here? It's weird almost. How do I... There we go. I have to remember... Oh, and there's another thing I got from Twitch. The Nowhere Horse. I guess it's nice to start an account and you just have stuff.
Act casual. Just two people admiring the decorations. Oh, this is such a nice bank, isn't it? Oh,
Barge
such
in, why
refined
don't you?
taste.
It's not like I'm trying to work.
Sir?
This is a private office. Well, as private as an office could be that has no door or walls and barely fits a desk. I used to work in a much larger bank.
I'm just admiring the decor.
Of course you are. Let me guess. Mirtulavon's still trying to get his antique inkwell back. I swear, ever since Underroot won that cursed thing, it's been one bother after another. I suppose it makes a nice distraction from the tedium.
I hear gold makes a pleasant distraction. Maybe you could count yours somewhere else?
Not much of a windfall, but I suppose it'll take me a moment or two to update my ledger. I'm sure you can see yourself out.
We won't keep you.
I'll just be over here counting my gold.
Oh, damn it. I forgot I turned on the option. Is that gameplay? I think it's here. This one. No, I just wasn't looking at it.
Got it? Let's not overstay our welcome.
Too bad I couldn't just talk to the banker and convince them. The only problem is I'm so used to the big giant pad on the PlayStation controller being my mount button. Here's a tiny little... What button is that on this Xbox anyways? I guess just called back. I usually associate that button with like select. But I guess it is back.
Dare I ask, is the deed done? Is my little treasure to be returned to me at last?
Here's your inkwell. Is it really that valuable?
Do you have any idea how rare it is for a creation this ugly to survive on Somerset? Let alone one made by the premier authority on sculpture? I even had the original assignment's written grade. Barely satisfactory. It's priceless.
I kind of like... I've forgotten all about this quest. I kind of like the value of an ugly item. Right, so tell me about your meeting with Iraniel.
At least Irene had an appreciation for rarities. I sent her to meet another antiquity hunter I deal with who made a discovery in Stone Falls that Irene would be interested in. Too interested.
Who did you send her to meet?
Edvilda Stonestalker. She was probing my interest in Dwemer relics.
I like those.
I've no interest in it, but I knew Irene has an unhealthy interest in them. She was camped near Steenfont, last I heard. That's all I can tell you, so our business is concluded.
Now, short-sightedness here. Aren't people just gonna come and immediately check him for the thing that got stolen? Like, that seems poorly thought out. So Stone Falls. I always get Stone Falls and Deshaun mixed up. Hey. That'll do. Did this person just knock me out of the travel? Or am I fine? Oh, they didn't. Okay. I hate that. I hate when you're in the middle of traveling like that and then an NPC shoves you over a foot and your character's just like, oh, alright. I guess I'm not traveling anymore. I kind of vaguely remember how this one goes, but I don't remember the middle part of it. I just remember the ending. Okay, here's all the ghosts. to check the audio bouncing on this because it feels like it's quieter than on the console. Edvilda's camp. I'm guessing.
Is this Edvilda? Someone killed her. Let's search the camp.
Whoa. What is happening
Is
with
that
the
last of 'em?
controls?
Oh, thank feck.
Ooh, the inputs are all bad. What the hell's happening? What the hell is... And there's like a weird delay when I do cleave. Or not cleave, brawler. Like I can't cancel the animation. That's not fun. Homemade scarf.
Mom's scarf. Liam gave that to her last new life when she was headed to Skyrim for the snow bear plunge. She wouldn't have left it.
Edvilda's logbook. Better stay out of the rift for a bit. Not that I did anything wrong, but some Nords are so touchy about old shrines and barrows. Still, the small figural pieces I managed to scavenge will fetch a pretty price from the right collectors. One tiny... Okay, this is just your inventory. Don't want to stay in Stonefalls too long. Smells like the armpit of Mehrunes Dagon, or at least how I'd imagine Dagon's armpit would smell. But this steam font place seems safe enough for camp as far as Dwarven Ruvens go. I wanted to try my luck salvaging the Inner Sea Armature, but I heard that there are bandits hiding there now. I should be far enough away they won't bother me, but damn if that isn't my luck. Ton of bandits down the side of the hall, ba-da-ba-da. Okay.
Did Edvilda write down anything important?
I guess I'll find out in a second.
Mom was definitely here.
Wait, hold on.
Mom was definitely here. She had to have gone in a hurry if she left this scarf behind. Did Edvilda write down anything that would clue us in on where my mother's gone?
It looks like Edvilda was trying to sell your mother false information about a puzzle box.
Oh, not that fetching thing again. Mom, she's been chasing after my grandfather's Dwemer puzzle box for decades. Ever since the old mer joined our ancestors at the tomb. It's her obsession. Don't tell me they got into a fight over it.
Edvilda planned to send Iraniel to the Inner Sea Armature, which is full of bandits.
Great. Just great. So the shifty Nord met my mother out here and ran afoul of bandits? That explains what happened to Edvilda, but Mom's not here, thank feck. But if she'd escaped, we'd have heard from her, right? They must have taken her captive.
Then let's head to the Inner Sea Armature and look for her.
I've never been to the Inner Sea Armature, but it must not be too far from Edvilda's camp. 3. I hope Mum's all right.
Let's see, Inner Sea Armature. I believe there was a piece of the Ebon Wolf Dwarven Mount. Those were words, but not the right order. Ebon Dwarven Wolf. Yeah, I think the boss in this place has the lead for it. Has a lead for it. There's a lot of pieces.
Dwarven pipe. By that cave. This looks promising.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think there was a listed known bug. Something about an animation error or problem. When I look, I always skim the PTS patch notes very briefly. Alright, so we need to go in and hang a left. Let's see how difficult it is. At least I'm not doing hard content. This is all overland stuff, so...
Split up!
That's... You know what? Maybe I don't use that skill. Yeah, the other skills work fine. Okay, let's swap that bad boy out for something else that can do... You know what? Let's just use dive. That's better than nothing. Give me cutting dive. Oh yeah, much better. Okay. That's annoying, because that's one of the skills I use a lot.
it!
Miri?
Mom,
Miri,
do you have any
am I
fetching
glad to
idea how
see you,
worried I
Squib.
am?
Get me
Wait,
out of these
are you
shackles.
cooking?
Okay, the dialogue was a little not great, but...
You meet the new commander.
No, that animation was surprisingly good. Hello, Miri's mom. What? Okay, I took from the cauldron behind her.
Don't mind Miri. She takes too much after her father. I've been dying to finally meet the person my daughter's been adventuring with. Though I hadn't planned on being chained up like a common criminal upon our first meeting.
How did you wind up like this?
I was negotiating a lead from a contact I met out by Steamfont, and talks got a little heated. She was trying to take me for a ride, I could tell, and we must have caught the attention of these feckless swits. They tried to rob us.
Is that how Avilda died?
She tried to make a run for it, and they cut her down without a second thought. Figured I'd take my chances with another approach. Offered to be their cook if they spared my life. Fortunately, they aren't
That's
picky.
pretty clever.
I was beginning to run out of recipes.
We probably shouldn't linger here.
No, I suppose not. Won't be long before one of these fools gets bored or hungry and comes to swipe something from the pantry. You've done a fine job looking after Miri, so I'll follow your lead. But don't think we're done talking.
Okay.
Can we please just get out of here now?
This is so... God, this makes me want a solo version of Elder Scrolls Online. Kind of like how you can play Fallout 76 on private. Just... It's... I'm not gonna go into it. It's...
Nicely done. I can see why you like them, Miri.
I'm not gonna go into it, but that would be nice if when they finally turn off the servers, they somehow make a single-player version.
Don't think you're free and clear just
They
because
just need
we
to give you
escaped
some way to
bandits.
deal with
What were you thinking?
group and raids and
Oh,
or
come
trials and
now,
all that kind of
Miri.
stuff.
I've been doing this since before you were in diapers.
And you're not getting any younger. We almost lost Liam, and you nearly lost this. Would you trade it for that stupid puzzle box?
Liam's scarf? Miri, I'm sorry. I'm
Okay,
sorry I
you guys
worried
can't look
you
each other
all.
in the eyes?
It's just... I'll let it go.
We love you, Mom. We're your family. Go home.
I forgot about the ambient sounds and stone falls. Where is she going now? I feel like the animations kind of broke somewhere along the lines.
Well, now I feel the fool. I made you all worry, dragged you into this mess. Sorry to be such a pain in the arse, as my daughter would put it.
Does this mean you're going to stop running off on a whim?
Maybe it's time I hung up my adventurer's ruck and settled in with my worrywart of a husband. I just hate leaving things unfinished.
Why is this puzzle box so important to you?
It was my father's prized possession. He spent decades trying to unravel its mysteries, until it was stolen from him. Then he spent the rest of his life trying to get it back, and most of mine after he died. I thought it might finally make him happy.
Mary? Oh, you're with me. Okay.
I know it probably seems like I'm being harsh, but Mom's been at this more times than I can count. She promises to give up on it, but then she catches some whiff of a lead about that damn box and she's off like a race squaw.
At least she's alright.
This time, death was the only thing that stopped my grandfather from chasing after that stupid trinket. I don't want it to be the same for her. You can only keep rolling the dice in this life for so long.
Do you think she'll really give it up this time?
I hope so. Probably not. But I've weighed her down with enough guilt to hold her for a little while, at least. Either way, sorry for dragging you into my family drama.
Should we make sure your mother returns home safely?
Are you kidding? If I don't get you out of here, she'll make you meet the entire extended family. Davin's watch is just down the road. She can make her way home from there. Thank you for putting up with all this. I'll make it up to you. I have another favor to ask. If it's not too much trouble.
What's the favor?
Mom will try her best to put her search for that puzzle box behind her, but
Oh,
I
I got an
know
endeavor.
her. The moment she catches wind of another flimsy lead, she'll be off looking just one more time. She's only going to stop when it's found, or she's dead.
You want to search for it, don't you?
Want to? No. Need to? Probably. My mom's been trying to fulfill her filial duty since she buried my grandfather. I'd rather not come by it the same way. I was thinking I'd pay the old Mer a visit at our Ancestral Tomb. Will you join me?
Sure.
My grandfather should be interred in our family tomb in Arthrenis. At least, I think that's what Mom said. She's never taken me to see him. I don't think she's been back there since the day he was buried. She doesn't want to face him empty-handed.
How is visiting his grave going to help us?
Well, I'm not just thinking of finally paying my respects. I can summon his ancestor spirit to the tomb. I'm hoping my grandfather can tell us something about his missing puzzle box that will help put this fetcher fly hunt to rest.
Wouldn't your mother have already explored that option?
Like I said, I don't think she's spoken with him since he died. Mom never talks about my grandfather. I get the impression that they weren't close.
Why'd she go through such great lengths to find it for him then?
He was obsessed with that puzzle box. When it was stolen, getting it back was all he could think about. I don't think Mom gives two swits about the box. She just wants him to acknowledge her. Maybe I can convince him to free her from her duty.
We'll go speak with your grandfather.
Arthrenis is in Stonefalls. I can't speak for the condition of the tomb, so we should assume it's dangerous.
Oh, right. Doesn't she give you that thing, the pressed envelope? Isn't that... Why do I sell this? Get out of here. Isn't this, yeah. Ooh, wait. That's interesting. I recalled it having a Blackwood treasure map when I opened it in the past. This is a Blackwood and a High Isle. That's cool. Alright, now Arthrenis. Let's go outside the Ebonheart Chateau. I am a little surprised that when you use the PTS build with everything unlocked, it doesn't have like all the map icons unlocked. That seems like it would be just a simple switch. Or there should be a consumable. That's the thing. When you make a character like this, they load you up with consumables you can use. They could just make one that gives you all the way shrines or something. Speaking of which, let's grab the way shrine while we're here, just in case we have to come back. Actually, we do have to come back. Let me definitely grab this. This is so weird. There's no players.
I think Granddad's tomb is on the eastern side, toward the back.
I thought it was like over here. I guess not.
There. That's his shrine. Tomb. This is the family plot. Light the votive candles, would you? I'll begin the incantation. Grandfather, house of my house, blood of my blood, the daughter of your daughter summons you. Come forth and share your wisdom.
Daughter of my daughter? Pah! Strangers both. I have nothing to say to the likes of you.
Ouch. Braylon Elendis.
My daughter leaves me to rot for decades, and this is how I'm greeted? Roused from a neglected grave by a stranger who happens to share my blood? And a filthy noir?
Friendly. Mary's your granddaughter. She wants to find your puzzle box.
Is that what Irene has been doing all these years? Raising this whelp in the lap of luxury with that spineless Lalu boy while I molder in an early grave? Such ingratitude.
Irene never gave up searching for your puzzle box, but Mary wants to take over her mother's duty.
Then perhaps this child is less a fool and ingrate than my own. No doubt you've been told I died in pursuit of my stolen puzzle box, but that is not the whole story. I was murdered. I came too close to the truth, and I was silenced for it.
What do you mean?
I was betrayed by one whom I called friend. We whiled away many nights, unlocking the secrets of that dwarven puzzle. But on the cusp of the solution, it vanished from my collection. When I came too close to the truth, my friend killed me.
Who did this to you?
Onimeril was the Mer who wronged me. A guild mage of Volkelgard. A silver-tongued liar who cheated me out of my dearest possession and my life. Return what's mine. Bring me the puzzle box, and Ireni's failings will be forgiven.
Why did you tell us to Irene?
Because she is a disappointment, as she has always been, Swit. A Dunmer with her upbringing should have paid her respects to me 100 times over. Her contempt for tradition is a blight on our house.
It sounds like you two weren't close.
Fair, close. We are family. Close has nothing to do with it. She was born and raised to carry on the legacy of our house. It was her duty to bring prestige and prosperity to our name as we have for generations, not run off with some feckless Hlalu.
Oh, you didn't approve of her marriage?
Of course not. She was intended to be betrothed to the housefather's firstborn, not some 10th-rate house cousin she fetched trinkets for. With a word, she could have elevated our station to the great houses. I ask so little, and she delivers less.
Why is this puzzle box so important to you?
It was a singular find, the greatest in my career. A Dwemer puzzle box of such complexity and beauty that it could only truly be appreciated by a great mind. Onimiril understood that. We knew that this device hid answers to mysteries only they knew.
Worth dying over?
Worth killing over, at least. I underestimated Onimiral's ambitions. I didn't think High Elves had the stomach for theft and murder. I should never have shared that box with anyone. It was meant for me and me alone.
You're certain that Onimiral was behind it all?
He was behind me at every turn, studying the puzzle box, commiserating its loss, guiding me, searching for it. He was clever enough to keep my attention
Oh, that wasn't
outward,
my computer, that was the game.
staying in my blind spot until the very moment he pushed me to my death.
What makes you think he sells the puzzle box?
Anyone who knew that device's true value would never let it go. He'd never part with it willingly, no matter how much its maddening design might thwart him. My only consolation is my certainty that the puzzle has tormented him ever since he stole it.
Okay. Your grandfather's a nice guy.
What an ass. I can see why Mom wasn't keen to visit all these years. I can't believe she spent so many years trying to please that fetcher.
A lot of people try to please their parents.
Don't I know? I suppose I should be more grateful to Mom and Dad for letting me be my own person. I had no idea. If my father talked to me that way, I'd have pushed him off a ledge myself.
You still want to help find his puzzle box?
Only so I could shove it up his ashes. This is important to my mother. I'm doing this for her.
That's
not
a
that old
funny pun.
Let's head to Volkhelgard. See if we can find this Onimiril. I may want to shake his hand.
All right.
My grandfather said Onimiril
That's
was
Oridon,
a guildmate
right?
from Volkhelgard. Maybe we'll find him there. Or at least find someone who knows where he is.
Nope. Oridon. Volkhelgard. Yes. I guess it seems like all the cities have their way shrines enabled by default, at least on PTS. So that's better than nothing.
You there. How would you like to do something worthwhile?
I wouldn't. Oh, was that the lady for the Merkmeyer thing? God, they've added a lot of NPCs that set you up for quests.
Master Onimiril is gone now, and...
Onimiral's departure is no excuse. You two are mages of the guild first. I expect to see you both in my office shortly.
Oh dear, this one is in trouble now.
Why is that, Takano?
Oh, Takano will get in trouble, now that Kalia is keeping an eye on things.
I thought I heard you mention Master Onimiril. I'm looking for him.
Ah, yes, Takano was one of Onimaril's apprentices before he was kicked out of the guild. It has left this one in a rather precarious predicament. Perhaps we could help one another?
How so?
Well, you see, as Onimaril's apprentice, this one was afforded certain privileges.
His master was not so particular about the rules of the guild, so his banishment was not all that surprising. But his replacement is quite stern, and this one has erred.
What are you asking?
This one might have turned Onimaril's other apprentice Arlette into a chicken. She has run off, and should his new master discover Takano's error, he is certain to be expelled. If you return poor, befouled Arlette, he will tell you of Onimaril.
Okay.
This one fears Arlette will be tempted by the grains near the Salted Wings Tavern and wind up someone's dinner. Please find her quickly. She had lustrous blue-green feathers. Takano is certain she will stand out, for better or worse.
Can you undo the transformation?
This one certainly hopes to get the opportunity to try, but that will not matter if Arlette is feathered and fried. Takano will read up on transformations while you search. Just please find her.
Why didn't you after her yourself?
Onimaril's former apprentices are on probation, and his new instructor watches us like a hawk. It is only by some miracle that she did not witness Takano's terrible error. But she will discover it if Arlette does not return soon.
Alright, find Arlette the chicken.
Takano will wait here.
I remember this being very fast. You just like run over here and... Chicken! Wait, is that a hen or a rooster? No, it's a hen. Oh.
I hope this is the right one.
I like how delicately...
An interesting scene back at the guild.
So much water here. So different than this one's homeland. It is beautiful, yes, but also so wet.
Oh wait, I forgot to do something. Do I have... What is this? Passion's Muse. You allow the music of the bell to flow through you and turn to those you meet. The spirit of the Passion Dancer. Oh, that's right. That's the morph for the 2023. It's the first morph. Because it's a pet that's a flower that can morph. The first thing is a personality. Oh, I kind of want to go look at that personality real quick. Yeah, because apparently all the stuff for next year are Debella themed.
I don't know why anyone would eat chicken when they could have a plump ponygua.
I wonder what ponygua tastes like.
You're back, and you come bearing foul. Oh yes, that looks to be Arlette. He can see the profound sadness in her eyes. Or judgment, but either is a good sign. Such a relief. This one was shedding most profusely from nerves.
We found Arlette, now help us find Onimaril.
Oh, of course, of course. Onimaril was expelled from the guild not long ago, as you know. But he did not call the guild hall his home. He was very secretive and kept to a small wilderness retreat northwest of Skywatch. Takano was never invited to it.
Thanks for the info.
Not to speak ill of his former master, but Takano thinks you should know that Onimaril was expelled from the guild for dabbling in forbidden magic. This one never saw it for himself. His master was always kind to him. But if true, be careful.
Okay.
Takano hopes this works.
Takano! I ought to burn your ears for... Did I just cluck?
You okay?
I can't... I can't... Damn it! I can't believe Takano turned me into a chicken! Next time we practice, I am the one trying out new spells. Oh, Lord.
Little weird.
Off we go.
It's... See, I get it. You're making a chicken noise. But that's not like a chicken is saying the word baka. It's just... it's a sound they make. Like, it would be more equivalent to, like, a human just going, ah, that, just making, like, guttural noises.
Stop, citizen.
What? Let's see. Is the Impresario tent upright? This is not the Impresario. This is the Jester's Pavilion, silly. The Impresario's tent is this way. What does the flower look like, too? I haven't actually seen it yet. I just know it's a flower. It's not even... They don't even have it on display? That's weird.
Is that a...
Let's see. Ooh, what is Claw Dance? Claw Dance Acolyte. Oh, right, because it's the Elsewhere celebration stuff. Ooh, I like the pants. Look at those pants. I don't know if I'm a fan of the helmet. That thing is creepy looking. So, chartreuse. Ooh, it's just a little pretty flower that floats behind you? I can dig that. Bottle of silver mist. A component of his passions. Oh, it doesn't have the other things active yet? Oh, it's very pretty. Flower Pet is a new one. Can you buy... Yeah, you can. Okay, give me... Oh, let's use the keyboard. 12. Okay. Give me another 3. You'd think they would have at least the other 2 components, even if it's not going to be part of the event. They'd have the other 2 components available just so you can test the, ooh. Test the collectible, make sure it's working right. A flower, huh? Does it do anything besides just float? Does it have any other animations or anything? No, I guess it just floats. Alright, that's fine. Oh, wow, that's way out there. Let's go to... Game? You want to let... Game? I would like to select the shrine, please. Map's a little funky. Hey, Mouse, I saw you. Where did you... The only thing annoying about the morphable pets for these events is every time you morph it and then have to morph it again, you like unequip it and re-equip it, or have to re-equip it. I wish it did that automatically. Like, I don't know. I don't know how you could. Because the whole point is that you lose the item and then you have to build it again. But I guess it's not that bad. You do it 4 times in a year.
Not much of a retreat, if you ask me. Let's see if Onimeril left anything helpful behind.
Ooh, Thieves' Trove. The devious collector is thwarting me from his grave. It's been decades and angry. I still glare at me in my dreams. Red and full of spite. It was worth it for the secret of the ire of one dark elf. Okay. He did this, him. You can't keep it from me. Oh.
Find anything useful in all that scribble?
Sounds like he was going to through a little parent. Oh. What the hell? He wasn't there a second ago. Is someone else doing this quest, or did I just miss him?
Braylon sent you, didn't he? He'll never have it back.
I'm still here. Thanks for asking. Looks like trying to solve that puzzle box took its toll on Onimeril. Why were he and my grandfather so enamored with this thing?
Onimeril seems to think it's connected to Evangenzel in the Rift.
I get that, but I also get the impression that Onimeril's finding the answers he wants to find. Sometimes a riddle is just a riddle. At least his destination was clear enough. Hopefully the box is still in that dwarven ruin.
You think the box is just a toy?
I don't know. It's not like I've ever laid eyes on the thing. I just don't see how some hunk of dwarven junk can be worth everything these two have sacrificed. If we do find it and I start going crazy, do me a favor and smash the fetching thing.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, the Rift. Evangenzel. Where's Evangenzel? Is that the one in the bottom? Like, bottom left? Yeah. Ugh, they're both kind of equidistant. This seems like it would be more direct. Maybe the flower is just incomplete and there's animations that haven't been added to yet. Because, like, I don't know, the Morpholith and the Akitosh Illusion Dragon, or whatever it was called, they have a lot of fanciness to them. Well, this is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool to have a floating flower behind you, but it seems to have very little personality, which I guess you would expect from a flower. I am surprised they went with that, like, tealish green. Oh, wait, how does it look when it's chasing? It's a very slow pet. Oh, no. Huh, I'm beginning to think there might be some errors with it, because it's a very... Pets usually don't follow you that slow. But yeah, I'm surprised they went with that... Oh, wait, now it's fast? Now it's not? Now it is fast. Weird. Dibella isn't... I wouldn't associate her with, like, green. I would maybe... Because she's... Dibella's what? She's... passion and... She's not love, because that's Mara. Beauty. Dibella is beauty and passion and stuff. So I would think more like pink or purple or even kind of like a yellow or a gold. Green... I don't know. We've had so much green this past year from druidy stuff anyways. It's weird that they would go with green again. I would like to see that Passion Dancer. Maybe when, because this is, I'm recording this on a Saturday. It's the Saturday before, I think, the final PT. Because they do, what, 4 weeks of PTS? So this is before the final week. So maybe the final week they'll do some more work on that Passion Dancer person. It's not a way I can go. Personality. I wonder what the other morphs are going to be, because if the first thing is a personality, that's... Because what? Personality was the second thing for the 2020... No, 2021 Morphables? Because it went... What was the first thing? There's a personality, there was the Dagon Mount, there was Doomshire Plateau. What was the thing? Can I actually look at it? No, fragments. Doesn't look like it. No. There's the Morpholith, and the Morpholith could become... What could the Morpholith become besides... The personality was definitely the second thing. What was the first thing? It wasn't a costume. Wow, that's gonna bother me. Oh well, I'll just ponder on it. This way, this way. There's so many swarming spiders. It wasn't another pet. What was it? I'm just going through the list of collectibles. What's it? You know what? If I just go like this, it was something. Oh, it was a skin, right? Wasn't it like? That's what it was. The Deadland Scorcher, I think, was the one. Yeah, that's right. It was a skin, and then it was a personality, and then it was a mount, and then it was the house. Man, this year kind of fell flat compared to that year. Although the final thing is kind of cool, that it's a furnishing that controls the time of day in your house, but I think a lot of people would have just preferred another house. Why am I even opening those chests? It's like I'm doing it out of habit. Oh!
Befek! There! Something tells me Onimeral's theory didn't pan out. Maybe be gentle with that box.
This thing is an antiquity furnishing.
Feeling all right? No all-consuming desire to solve the unknowable mystery? Great. Let's get out of here.
Why specifically do I have to meet her outside of Ancestral? Did I draw aggro? I did not. Okay. Shouldn't we just meet back at her grandfather's tomb? Or grave, or whatever? I should really stop looting things, because I might get an item I don't have, and then I'll be annoyed.
I can't say I understand what all the fuss was about. It's a box. A fancy box, but a box nonetheless. Hard to imagine that this piece of fetching garbage has caused my family so much anguish. I'll be happy to bury it.
What do we do next?
I'll send word to my mother to meet us in Athrenis. We will deliver it to my family's plot, and hopefully she'll find some closure with my bull netch of a grandfather.
You think they'll reconcile?
My granddad doesn't deserve Mom's devotion, or forgiveness, but if it frees her of her guilt and obligations, she'll be safe and I'll be happy. Come on, let's not tempt fate by lingering with that thing.
Yeah, I think this is the end of the quest. Like, you do this and then that's it. There's not like a third part afterward, like there was with Ember and Isabel. Let's get that mouse out of here. Go off the edge. Why won't you go further? Oh my god, is this file really 10 gigabytes? This recording? That's scary. Bandicam, are you just bloating this file beyond what it needs to be?
Skeletons or daggers? Dry scales. I'm not sure what's...
I don't think it happens like this when I use my other stuff.
Miri? Is that you? It had better not be another skeleton.
I'm gonna change the flower. It's too distracting. Nope, non-combat. Give me something dwarven. Give me the theodolite. I love those things. Theodolite. And no one's gonna take it?
Father.
You finally did your duty. Or rather, your daughter and some Noir did. Success, once removed, is so very like you.
All you've ever cared about was what I could do for you. Well, this is the last favor.
That goes for us, as well.
You've set a poor example for your daughter. Always putting your whims before the good of the house.
Whims.
You can stuff the fetching house. Our family is more than just your legacy. Come on, Mom. We're wasting our breath.
Why do I have to talk to him? Wait. What?
Well, Outlander, at least you understand the value of doing what you're told.
I wonder what kind of dialogue he would have had if I was a dark elf. You don't seem very appreciative of the effort.
Does the House Father heap gratitude upon his vassals for paying tributes left long overdue? I have been wronged. My forgiveness will not come so cheaply.
So you won't even try to reconcile?
I will not be lectured on the matters of my house by some uppity noir. Oh, fine. I will be the bigger mayor. Let it not be said that I was never magnanimous.
So Mur is a stand-in for man in that kind of situation. What's the feminine equivalent? Because woman, is it womer? Is womer a word in the Elder Scrolls universe?
Damn ancestors. If they want to make such a big deal of us paying our respects, they could put more effort into paying them back.
He certainly knows how to hold a grudge.
Grudges and curses are done merry traditions dating back to the Anticipations. Just because they're old doesn't make them good. I'm happy to leave all that to rot with Granddad and his stupid gold brick. But it looks like Mom is willing to forgive.
You think their mother will be content with how things turned out?
She has nothing to regret. She did everything she could. That damn box was the last excuse that could be made for why they were estranged. They still can't make up after this. Granddad's just a fetching asshole. Either way, she'll be fine.
You want some time with her?
No. We should give her and Granddad some space. They have a lot to catch up on, assuming they don't just start cursing each other out. We've done our part. Let's get back to saving the world. Or whatever. If you keep helping us out like this, Mom's liable to adopt you. For which I apologize ahead of time.
Forgive him. If you want my advice on carrying on our good name, you may come to me again.
Oh, may I? How gracious. I can manage without you, Father, but I may come again to visit.
This is hard enough without you watching, Noir. Kindly leave my grave in peace.
Oh, you are just an insufferable bastard.
I told Miri I'd let it go.
No, never mind.
I told Miri I'd let it go. She didn't have to take on this problem for me and drag you along with her. I never wanted to saddle my children with my problems, like my father did with me. But I've gone and done it anyway.
She did this because she cares about you, not because it's expected of her.
I know. It's in her nature to look after others. I'm glad she's got someone reliable to look after her when she needs it. She's liable to wind up as tangled up in worry as her father and get an ulcer otherwise. Be a bad influence, like her mother.
Okay. Well, that's Miri's quest. It's entertaining. It's... Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Why can't I look? Oh. My Theodolite was just wanted to take a good look at the ghost, but it's whatever. We'll do... Oh, there's a bandit attack over there. They're probably fine. We'll do Bastion stuff in the next episode, so thanks for joining me. Come back, I'll have the next stuff up real soon, but until then, bye.